Avengers Doomsday is 11 months away. And while I sat and watched Chair Watch, I kept thinking, wait a minute! Aren't we missing someone here? And the more I dug into Reddit, rereading Secret Wars, and late night Marvel spins, it became clearer. The character we're missing is Famke Janssen's Jean Grey. Now, as an X-Men fan, I've always loved Jean Grey. From X-Men Red to the Dark Phoenix saga, Jean Grey has been a cornerstone to the X-Men comic book universe. Love them or hate them, the Fox films, she was a central figure to the original trilogy. And I can hear fans saying it now. Jean Grey isn't really involved in either Secret Wars. And I have to say, when has Kevin Feige ever followed the comics faithfully?
I am inevitable.
Because Marvel doesn't adapt plots, it adapts ideas. So I think I figured out the path for Jean Grey to be involved in Doomsday. So sit back, relax, because this is going to be a deep dive, because we're starting off with Spider-Man Brand New Day. Now, Sadie Sink's role in Spider-Man Brand New Day has not been revealed yet, but the rumors have been flying. Some I love, some I don't love, so let's get a few out of the way. Gwen Stacy. Cool idea, but I don't think Sony wants to touch the Spider-Verse emotionally while those films are still running. Mary Jane. Again, I don't see Sony introducing a character that could undercut Zendaya's MJ. But the two theories that have stood out to me is Mayday Parker and Hope Summers. Now, earlier in 2025, Sadie Sink was rumored to be in Secret Wars. And when I like the idea of Mayday Parker because it wraps up Tobey Maguire's story, that's all it is. It's wrapping up a story, where Hope Summers is just the beginning. In the comics, Hope Summers is born after M-Day, after Scarlet Witch gets rid of mutant kind. Hope Summers is basically the start of mutant kind, and she's adopted by Cable as they break through timelines and are on the run. Now, let's be clear. Hope Summers is not the child of Jean and Scott. That is Rachel Summers. But I have a feeling that Kevin Feige is doing a hybrid mix of these two characters. So what? If Sadie Sink is Hope Summers, that doesn't confirm Famke's Jean as a return for Avengers Doomsday. Now this is where it gets interesting. The Russo brothers recently tweeted that the Doomsday teasers aren't random, they're stories. And if you look closely at the recent trailers, there's a pattern. Thor's daughter Love, Captain America's kid, legacy children everywhere. There's actually a really good theory out there that Doctor Doom is going after these children that have been misplaced in the timeline. And the only way to end the multiverse is to do a Battle World finale. And that brings us right back to Jean, Hope, and Scott. Because we know Spider-Man is in the Marvel timeline while the X-Men universe is not. The biggest evidence? Captain Marvel post-credits scene with Beats and the X-Men teaser footage showing Sentinels. Maybe an alternative M-Day already happened. And we know Hope Summers was born after M-Day. So, if Sadie Sink is playing Hope Summers and Marvel is showcasing the muted extinction timelines, Jean Grey isn't really optional, she's necessary to this plot. Marvel is closing the door on the Fox universe, which doesn't mean that we have to restart with a whole new young cast. I'm looking at you, X-Men Apocalypse. We've already done that. What if instead Marvel is going to kick off the X-Men with Hope, showcasing that Avengers Doomsday isn't just about endings, but the beginning of a new Marvel timeline?